And joining us now with more on Israel's strike on Houthi targets in Yemen following the deadly attack on Tel Aviv is F-16 fighter pilot and former head of Israeli Air Force Intelligence, Brigadier General in the Reserves, Shmueli. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So Israel conducted a surprise attack on Houthi targets in Yemen. Can you give us perhaps some insight into what goes into planning and carrying out an operation of this scope?
First of all, you have to train to such a mission for many years. So we trained it for many years to strike far away from Israeli border in those distance. And as a result, when there was the order and there was the mission detected by the government, it took us 24 hours to go and done the job. So this is not something that you can start planning just on the spot. You have to train many, many years. Secondly, you have to use many airplanes. It is not a surgical mission that you can do only on one target or two targets. It is something that all the Israeli Air Force, F-15, F-35, F-16 can do it. So it's a real far away from Israel, but we are well trained. And when the mission got down to the command chain, we start planning it for the last 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. You know, Israel is now clearly engaged in a multi-front war, in Gaza, with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and now with the Houthis in Yemen. Can Israel's Air Force handle such a multi-front, a regional confrontation like this? Should it come to that?
It's much different when you attack in Gaza or in Lebanon than you doing far distance attacks like this. So we have to set the equation that if you hit and hurt the Israeli civilians, we are going to retaliate. And when you retaliate, it is not by one or two missiles or one or two drones. We retaliate very tough and decisive. So in that regard of your question, yes, we can handle multi fronts. Nevertheless, it is far away from Israel. So when we strike so far, we have to be very decisive.
We have to be decisive, and essentially this was sending a message not only to the Houthis, but to the Islamic Republic of Iran. Do you think this message was received in the Middle East?
I think it is not only in the Middle East. It is also in the world. There is a war. We don't have anything with the Houthis. They are fighting and missile, and they are catching international ship and shipping course all over the last 6 months. This is a mission for international task force. This is a mission for the world. It is not for Israel to fight the Houthis. Nevertheless, if they fight Israel, we are going to retaliate. So I think the Middle East show sat on the veranda and saw what's happening in Yemen and understood both in Tehran, both in Lebanon, and maybe other places that we are not going to give up on attack on the Israeli civilians.
So a clear and decisive message, not only to the Houthis, but to the world. Brigadier General in the Reserves, Shmueli, thank you so much for your analysis today.
Thank you.